reason why people have lost trust. You know, Craig Newmark, the creator of Craigslist, said that trust is the new black. There is nothing more important than bringing trust in our institutions back. But it's hard to do that if people continue to distort the facts with impunity. And that's why we need to immediately challenge that. And very often the media also need to remember that the truth is not always found in the middle. The truth is very often on one side or the other, and we should not be afraid to point that out.
Yes, thank you so much for your incredible work. I hope that you can use a bully pulpit to drive home the fact that the real basic issue is corporate personhood. We must rescind the fiction that corporations are people, are entitled to the same rights and privileges as people. We can do it with a constitutional amendment, we can do it with laws, and the other thing is public campaign financing. The only voice the people can have will be on the ballot in June, Prop 15. We need it nationally, locally, and statewide. I hope you will do everything you can to drive those issues home. It's all structural, and that's the only way we can really work.
I will, but also I want to invite you to write about these things. That's the great thing about what we do on the Huffington Post. We want your voices too. I'm going to give you my email address, and anybody who wants to write about these things, just send us your post. We have editors going through thousands of them all the time, because that's the way to democratize the conversation. Arianna, 1 R and 2 N's, at HuffingtonPost.com.
Ms. Huffington.
Yes, go ahead.
Ms. Huffington, my name is Alan Shea. I'm running for City Council in the city of Pasadena. And I wanted to ask you for your leadership to champion a new model. We've been working with a group of innovative entrepreneurs in which we found a way that we can actually stop foreclosure within 72 hours. We can create 100,000 jobs per month, and we can directly impact consumer confidence. But the problem we found is the issue is that since we're small businesses, we don't get attention. So until there's a big voice to raise the awareness that these type of models are out there and the innovation is out there, it just falls on deaf ears. So if there's a way to champion these type of innovations, we need people like you, because there are solutions out here. So I'd like for you to champion it. And since you've encouraged us to voice those type of things in the community, we'll bring it to your attention, but we hope it doesn't fall on deaf ears.
Well, I would love you to write about this particular innovation that you are working on, because I have seen around the country when people come together, and very often lawyers, for example, in Philadelphia, there is a very successful program that's gone all around the country now, coming together, giving their services pro bono, and helping homeowners avoid foreclosure. That's something which should be happening around the country. And if you're working along these lines, please write about it. Let's put more spotlight on it, because there's no question that nobody really benefits from a foreclosure. The homeowners obviously don't benefit, the community doesn't benefit, the homes next door immediately have their value reduced. It's a gateway calamity. So anytime we can prevent a foreclosure, it's really entirely for the public good. Even the banks, really, if they knew what was good for them, which they clearly don't benefit from it. How many foreclosed homes do they want on their books? So absolutely, let's do everything we can to try and keep people in their homes.
And I appreciate the comment you made, which I think is very relevant. And I don't know how many people embrace this, but we're not going to bring about change until we bring about a massive movement. And this is one of the reasons why I've gotten behind this innovation, because it can change the way our communities and our economic system work. But it must be done by a mass movement. So thank you.
Thank you.
Arianna, just one simple question. couple of years or so from now, would you run for U.S. Senator?
In the last chapter of my multiple reinventions. I love what I'm doing now. This is it. This is my final job. I love it. Anything I believe in, anything I want to do, I can do through the Huffington Post. We started with one section. We now have 20 sections, 42 million unique visitors a month. We can get the word out. We can spread the word. And I love what I'm doing. But thank you.
Hi, Ms. Huffington. I'm a recent grad, and like many, I'm unemployed as well. I have many skills, but what do you see coming for us? Because frankly, I mean, I'm working a lot of odd jobs, and fortunately I did get into grad school, but I mean, I need a job. My family doesn't live very well.
Well, you know, I think what you're saying right now is exactly what we need to help both our elected officials and the country at large to understand is what's happening. That people your generation are leaving colleges and they cannot get jobs. And that is something which is really very un-American. That's what's really un-American. And we need to put the spotlight once again on your story. If you want to write about it, it will help people understand that here you are, you have the skills, you are ready to work, you can't get a job.
Yeah.
That's why this is a priority. And that's why I don't see that sense of urgency in Washington. You know, even when we talk about jobs, we talk about them in terms of let's create a forum to discuss small businesses providing jobs. Or let's have a focus group to discuss it. You know, we didn't do that when Wall Street was in trouble. We just came together and saved Wall Street. I think we need to come together and save the people of America who need jobs. And that means multiple things. It means another stimulus bill. It means cutting payroll taxes. It means innovation. It means multiple things. It's not just one thing. It's not just one solution. But if we bring a sense of urgency to the problem, we can solve it because that's the spirit of America. What is missing is that sense of urgency.
Thank you.
Huffington. My name is Cecil Canton. I'm with the California Faculty Association. On March 4th, thousands of students spoke. They spoke about the need to fund public education. We'd like to know, and the California Faculty Association, by the way, was part of about 33 different efforts all over the state of the hundreds that happen all over the country. We'd like to know what your feelings are or your position is on the fully funding of public education.
Well, right now, what's happening in California, what's happening in colleges, community colleges, universities, that makes it so difficult for qualified kids to go to college is truly tragic. And we had a section, we have a new section on colleges at the Huffington Post, and we did a big story called Majoring in Debt. Because even the students who are able to go to college leave college way down with massive debt. So that's really, for me, at the heart of how wrong our priorities are. And that's really the movement that we need, to reevaluate our priorities and to begin to see again, what have we done, how did we get here, and how can we course correct? And what's happening to students, what's happening to young people who can't get a job is at the heart of that reevaluation.